Still on the power beat, Nigeria for decades really has been battling with the challenge of an erratic and insufficient power supply across the country. And that in turn has forced many households and businesses to rely on generators for their energy needs. The country generates far less power than it actually needs, and investments in that sector simply haven't kept up with demand. Despite a partial privatization of the sector, supply is still fairly limited. From Lagos, here's Deji Bademosi with that report.
Nigeria currently has an estimated installed capacity of 13,000 megawatts of grid electricity, but only about a third of that is distributed to a population of about 200 million people, making the country one of the most underpowered in the world. Electricity distribution companies operating in the country estimate Nigeria requires 30,000 megawatts of electricity generation to meet current demand.
The problem we're having is the strength of the grid. Over time, we have not given much attention to the network, the grid network. So as we fix our grid, we must continue to invest in generation to catch up to our deficit and eventually keep pace with our growth.
Poor maintenance record and sometimes a shortage of gas have often resulted in frequent grid collapse. The government says it is now investing massively in the sector to change the narrative.
There are 135 ongoing projects for transmission lines, substations, and other associated grid infrastructure. TCN has completed 30 key substation projects and 12 important transmission lines.
While the investments have indeed resulted in some gains, the overall state of power supply has not significantly improved. Experts say the government needs to change its approach.
We need to start thinking, how can we have the system produce about 50,000 megawatts for a start? How can we reliably move this energy from the producers to where they're going to be distributed, when the energy will be distributed? This is the real conversation. And then how do we make sure that when this energy is sent out to different off-takers, that they can reliably pay for the energy? We need to have mini grids around the entire country, what I call utilities. So you come to a particular area, someone should be able to produce energy there, distribute it within that area, and have people trading that energy within that area.
The government has now enacted a law allowing the country's 36 states to generate, transmit and distribute their own electricity using the national grid. The new law is expected to go a long way in addressing Nigeria's perennial electricity challenge. Deji Bademosi, CGTN, Lagos, Nigeria.